My name is Yilong Chen. You can call me Yilong for convenience. I'm a software engineer from China, and I have a plan to move to New Zealand, and so I'm seeking a job opportunity
Hmm.
where
Did you
I'm.
met? Go ahead.
Yeah, I have been working as a iPhone developer for 8 years, and
Hmm.
I think um, I have a open visa to work in New Zealand, and I prefer to work in Auckland
Hmm.
in the future. Uh, yeah,
All
that's
right.
it.
Thank you, Elon, for sharing your thoughts. If I may ask Elon, you're applying for a program engineer. Is that correct? A software engineer. Is that
Uh,
correct?
yes.
All right. Now, if we're going to hire you, Elon, what can you give us? What can you give us? Our
Well,
company. What can you share to us?
okay. Well, I think I'm a professional developer, and I have a lot of experience
Hmm.
um, in terms of the in terms of software engineering industry.
Hmm.
So I think I can use my experience to solve challenging problems in the company, and I also I'm also a person who love to
Love to
to
what?
to provide wonderful service to the customer, and I think I can uh, enhance the performance and the satisfaction for the customers. I think I think this is my ability.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
Elon, you mentioned about challenges, right? Challenges
Yeah.
that you can perform. Now, can you give me at least a scenario that you had to be challenged and tell me about the details of that, Elon? What is that challenge? What's the biggest challenge that you've already faced as an engineer? Since
Okay.
definitely you'll be dealing with a lot of challenges here in New Zealand, go ahead. Tell me something about those challenges that you can
Okay.
foresee or happen already.
Okay. I'd like to share my experience. It was in one of my companies,
Hmm.
and I I just post a proposal, and
Hmm.
and I think I thought a lot of detail, and I'm thoughtful, but sometimes, but but this time my proposal is is discreet,
Hmm.
was discreet,
Discreet,
and
good.
yeah, so I think it's quite a challenging situation. Well, I'd like to share how I solve this problem. I think discussion
Hmm.
and conversation is the best way to deal with the disagreement, and also yeah, and the challenging situation. So I have a lot. I had a conversation with my colleagues, and spend a lot of time to give a report to them to to
Hmm.
describe why I posted this proposal.
Hmm.
So at the end, they just accept my proposal, and also I at the end of the year I also
All right, thank
got
you.
10% 10%, top 10%
Wow.
in KPI.
Oh, you were able to achieve, right?
Yeah, achieve. Yes, I also learned.
10% KPI.
Yeah, I learned a lot of from the challenge.
Mhm.
Yeah,
All right.
that's
Thank you,
all.
Elon. Now, Elon, can you tell me about your past boss? How was your relationship with your past boss?
Sorry, what is past box?
Your supervisor. Do you report to someone? Are
Yeah.
you reporting? What's the name of your boss? Is that are they called as a supervisor or a boss, or is he or she the president of the company? What's your relationship with your boss or your superior, Elon? Can you describe me to me?
Well, he is my team leader or my manager.
Hmm. Can you tell me more about your relationship between you and your team manager? Because definitely that's going to be a great purpose. And of course, we want to see what's your attitude towards your boss. Certainly, you will be reporting to someone here in New Zealand. So we would like
Okay.
to know more. How do you deal with your boss?
Okay. Well, I think the relationship between me and my boss is quite like he is my team leader and the manager. Well, we as we work together. We work together and also have the same aim, and also if there was a task,
Mm-hmm.
and I and my manager try to solve it, and we had a
Do you
very
consult with each other every day on what are the things that you need to accomplish per project?
well. Sometimes my team leader, um, dispatch the task to me, and and my manager need a result at the end, and he gave me he gave, he gave me a lot of choice
Mm-hmm.
and the space, and I do I did things in my
Mm-hmm.
uh, with my decision, and then and I also and well, when I was doing this job, and I would post the feedback to the uh, to my boss.
Mm-hmm.
Then I at the end of the deadline, I will give a result to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the relationship.
All right, thank you, Elon. Now, one thing that I noticed about you, I think this is one of the main words that your future employer would like to hear. Can you please read this word for me, Elon?
Independent.
Very good. Everybody loves an independent person, especially employers. All right. And anywhere in the world, especially this is one thing that they are trying to seek to everyone who is applying independent. Right. They can rely on to. And it seems that you're already on the top of your game. Right. Always remember this word. You can share this. You can use this word. Okay.
Yes, I think I'm independent and flexible.
Yes,
I,
those are
I
the words that you can use. Independent and flexible.
yeah, I can do my job independently and flexibly.
Mhm. Yes, less supervision means the better, right? It means that you are reliable. Less supervision, right? The more less supervision you have, the more reliable that you have. Try to highlight those, okay? We have flexibility, independence, and less supervision, and reliable. Try to always remember those words to, of course, flaunt it to a future employer, right? And I'll bet
Yeah.
you'll. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. All right. Another question, Elon. Now, if I may ask, Elon, how young are you? What's your age?
It's about 32 years
Mm-hmm.
old.
Okay. Now, if I may ask, Elon, is this going to be your first time to leave your country and travel abroad for work? Have you
Yes.
already visited? All right. Well, now this is going to be a new place for you. If I'm not mistaken, you're from China, right, Elon?
Yes.
Right. Now, this is going to be your first time to New Zealand. Now, tell me, how are you going to settle? Since you're going to be with different nationalities and you're going to be a Chinese national, and definitely you'll be, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're going to be a New Zealand immigrant, is that correct? Citizenship? Are you applying for that as well, or just work based? Right.
I'd like to immigration.
Good. Right. Now, tell me, Elon, if you're going to apply for as an immigrant in New Zealand, what's the first thing that you will do? Welcome to New Zealand. What's the first thing that you will do that is in accordance to your job here at New Zealand as a software engineer? How are you going to settle?
Well, uh, before I answer this question, I'd like to share my experience. I had been to New Zealand 3 years ago, and I married and I had a honeymoon with my wife. So this is my second time uh, been to second time travel to New Zealand. Well, how I adapt to the life in New Zealand, I think the most important thing is to continue my career in New Zealand and build a strong relationship with the people I meet. And
Mhm.
I have a lot of friends in New Zealand, and I'm also keep connect with them uh, tightly, and we share the information and all in about New Zealand, and I think it was quite helpful. I learned a lot of things about New Zealand. So yeah, well, I think maybe the culture, the country's culture and the company's culture values will also influence me. I think I'd like to accept this kind of things and try to adapt to this to those.
Nicely done, Elon. One thing that you can also take note of is this to build a strong relationship. Take note of that words, okay? All right.
Okay,
You should also flaunt this and, of course, highlight this in your application to build a strong relationship, not just with your wife or not just with your career, but of course, the people of New Zealand. At the end of the day, they are going to judge you better on how or what are you going to present to them. Right? Remember that in every application and every country that you're trying to go to, they're after what you can give to them. Okay?
okay.
Thank you. Now, Elon, another question. Are you going to how? So you're planning to really immigrate here in New Zealand, right? For good.
Yeah.
Now, Elon, can you cite me a situation, for example, in our company as your software engineer, any problems that you can foresee in the future that may happen,
Uh,
and
well,
how are you going to deal with that?
okay. There is some. Generally speaking, I think it's quite similar uh, with each other. I think software engineer, yeah, is quite have the same responsibilities, and also we do quite like the same work, but there is a little bit difference, like the work status. In China, we sometimes we work as or sometimes we will publish the we face the uh, customers only from the
Hmm.
nature. I mean, maybe in New Zealand, where our customer is from all over the world, we have to dealing with the foreign customers, and also learn a lot of the culture from all over the world. And the yeah, and furthermore, I think there is a little bit difference and between the
Hmm.
uh, work-life balance. Um, I think New Zealand's work New Zealand's work-life balance value quite impressed me a lot. And uh, in China, we work overtime, and sometimes we lose the balance between the life and work. But in New Zealand, I have learned to how to balance those things. So I think maybe in the future I'd like to share my hobbies with my colleagues, and hi- try to social with colleagues, so we can get familiar with each other.
Hmm. Right. That's one thing that I like about what you said. These words. Let me write it. Kindly wait, Elon. All right, take note of these precious thing. All right, all about work-life balance.
Yeah,
And definitely you can share that. What you can see for yourself as performing the work-life balance. Everybody loves that. Okay, Elon?
yeah.
All right. Now, Elon, tell me more about yourself when it comes to doing this job. Are you reliable enough to contain this job as a software engineer here in New Zealand?
Um,
Are you
uh,
confident to
well,
be part of New Zealand and work as a software engineer?
in terms of the software development, I'm very I'm very comfortable. I mean confident.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm very professional and have a lot of experience and qualifications. So I think there's no problem to dealing with the software development. But however, in terms of the language, well, it's the first time I have to dealing with the work in in
Outside of the
in
outside of
English.
all right, all right.
Yeah, so
What
I
you
think
what you
so
can
I
see? Go ahead.
yeah, I just want to say it's challenging for me, but I think maybe I have a passion learn English, and also I'm very open-minded to learn everything about this country and this culture and the language. So I think it won't be a problem. Yeah, that's all.
Act- Actually, one thing that I notice about you, Elon, is that I can really feel your interest and passion to learn more. Right now, Elon, I would like you to continue in doing that. Actually, this is a form of practice for you to speak the English language and confidently be comfortable with speaking. Right now, continue in doing that. Always remember, Elon, to think first before you speak something. Okay, organize your thoughts, and of course, then let it go. Okay. Now, I
Okay,
encourage you also to always read more English books for you to be familiarized with the English language. All right. Honestly, Elon, I'm actually not an English speaker before, but what I did was I just exposed myself through different books, perhaps the internet, and of course through the materials that I can read, right? And of course I can see. What I usually do is try to mimic, and of course find a dictionary, and then try to see what the words means. Okay.
okay.
Thank you. I also would like you to congratulations as early as today, and welcome to New Zealand. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope to see you again soon, Elon. And I hope to see you again next time in New Zealand.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you, Elon. Good night.
Bye.
Thank you. Study hard, okay?
Okay. Thank you.